of NFI Hammer. So this episode's going to be a little bit different in that I am using one of my models that I painted in my last video, this World Eater Jackal, and I'm going to give him a bit of an upgrade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some Mephiston Red here, and I'm going to try and apply a bit of a blood effect. So I haven't really done any effects before, like dust or rust, so I thought I'd try out blood because his weapons look too clean and too pristine for an agent of chaos. So what I'm doing is I'm just starting off with a very light coat of Mephiston Red, and I'm just really applying it to the edges of the blade. You know, I'm just kind of trying to, you can see I completely went too far there, but I'm just giving it a very light coat, just at the very ends of the blades where I imagine that he's sticking them into his victims. I was kind of tossing up whether or not to do these little teeth, but I decided in the end to do it as well because I think it would look weird without, and I'm just trying to keep it symmetrical on both, the front and the back of it. So once that was done, I got some Rhinox Hide, which is what I use for a really dark wood color, but blood, when it kind of dries and coagulates, doesn't really look very red. So here I'm trying to just put an even smaller, thinner coat on just like the very edges, but you can see my brush here is just way too thick. It's not very precise, so I'm kind of getting paint everywhere. But I guess the chaotic nature of it might be working in my favor, the unpredictable nature. These are just my $2 Kmart brushes, if you're wondering. So now that I've kind of coated it, I thought it looked good, but I wanted to kind of give a splatter effect. So I heard that you can just get some red paint and a straw. So here's just a reusable paper straw that I've got here. I actually got it from McDonald's. I'm loving it. And so with this straw, what I tried to do is I just covered up the parts where I didn't want to get any blood spatter. I'm just using a bit of paper towel here, but this isn't a very effective technique. So if anyone's got any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. And so I've just got the paint on the brush, and then I'm holding the straw in front and just blowing just air directly onto the brush. And you can see on the paper there's a good blood spatter pattern forming. So I just kept trying different strengths of air and the brush closer to the straw and further away until I found something that kind of worked. But yeah, you can see that it's kind of creating an effect. I really like the effect on the paper towel, but it was really hard to kind of aim it, and I was breathing too strong that I was actually pushing the model away, and also moving the paper that I was using to protect the model. And you can see here I hadn't covered up the hand properly, so the blood splatter went on the hand, but I kind of just thought that was kind of cool in the end, so I ended up leaving it. So yeah, it's also got a little bit on the handle, but I'm thinking the gushing blood of the Ultramarines or whoever he's attacking can flow and explode everywhere, so I kind of just left it with that. And then I wanted the same sort of blood effect on the chain sword here, but balancing the camera and the light and the straw and the paper towel and the paintbrush all at the same time was a bit too difficult, so it did end up taking me a bit longer to get it going. And then here I realized I'd exposed too much of the model. I didn't want to get any on his canisters on his back, so I'm just trying to tuck it back in. So yeah, I mean, when it was working, it worked really well, but it was quite difficult to kind of get the environment and the model all positioned well. So then I was going to apply another light coat of Rhinox Hide again, and I'm just trying to build up a bit of different textures, the different colors from the different layers, just to give it more of a realistic impression. So the true agent of chaos here, Artemis, has decided that I was making too much noise and too many different sounds that he needed to come and investigate. So he wanted to give his blessing to my World Eater Jackal. So he's come over for some scratches. He is a true agent of chaos. He likes to destroy things and break things. So he's definitely Khorne or maybe Cheech. And so with him appeased, I was able to continue applying the Rhinox Hide. And again, I'm just trying to think where the blood would be really thick and really like coagulated, and then leaving the parts where I think it would be less thick redder. But my paintbrush just has a mind of its own, so yeah, it didn't really work to the same extent, but it definitely made the model more interesting. I think having the blades completely devoid of blood just kind of seemed like it got it from a shop, and they were kind of brand new, and it wasn't really the vibe that I was going for. I thought in the end it was a bit too dark brown, so I went over with a very light coat of Mephiston Red again, just to kind of make it not look like dirt and more of a blood. I probably could have left it, or maybe mix the two paints together or something, which I didn't think of until I recorded the video. So yeah, just kind of trying to bring out the red hue with a very thin layer. And yeah, he's kind of done. So this is a kind of different video. I've never really done any effects before, so let me know what you think. Also, if you want to subscribe or send me a comment or like it, it really means a lot to me. Let me know what you want to see next. What sort of effects do you like to put on your models, and how do you apply them? I'd be really keen to know. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.